Hello everybody, how you doing? Lord PeteyTV here. Welcome to Mythic Pluses and what to do about them this week. This is week 21 of season 2. So we're going to kind of go over what the Mythic Pluses are going to be this upcoming week, and I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see what we can do about it. Now, um, first of all, please make sure you hit that subscribe button here so that we can end up getting that subscriber count here on YouTube bigger. If you were wondering about other channels, scroll down below. We have a couple of other channels there too. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about what the affixes are and what we're going to do about them. So this next upcoming week is going to be Tyrannical, Storming, Raging. Okay? As always, what do those do? So, Tyrannical, bosses are going to have more health and they're going to deal more damage. Storming is going to be the tornadoes that spin around off of the main part of the group, and then they're going to start hitting people. And then lastly is Raging, which is non-boss enemies at 30% become immune to crowd controls. So that's what the affixes are going to be looking like this week. Now, let's take a moment to think about that, okay? Tyrannical, okay. So people that are going to be really having a lot of problems are going to be healers again this week, because they're going to have to deal with a lot of damage coming off of the storming, because people are going to be hitting them, and also the tyrannical from those hard bosses. Now, even though you can do large pulls, your higher keys are going to be kind of small because you're going to be having to deal with those raging groups. So it's really going to be not a great week to deal with unless you have a lot of Sues and tranks and things like that to kind of get through the raging. Now, I would say that the tanks are going to have to make sure that they're tanking properly for those tyrannical bosses, and make sure your melee isn't getting hit with storming. The people that are going to be the most happy this week are going to be ranged, because they're not going to have to deal with so much of those problems. But I think after a while you'll kind of get used to it and everything will be okay. So yeah, that's what we're kind of looking at now. If we kind of do a quick talk, when we end up talking about the dungeons themselves, obviously Brackenhide is going to be a little bit difficult because you're going to be dealing with lots of annoying trash and things there. The bosses are going to be, they're going to be on the annoying side, because that key I tend to think is going to be a little harder than normal. Freehold, you get a lot of large packs, so you'll deal with a lot more raging than storming probably, but they'll burn down very quickly. The bosses aren't too bad, except for the third one, the ring boss. So we're gonna be dealing with that. So be careful there. Holes of infusion. Um, you have very small areas to walk and move, so be careful. Those bosses really do hit like trucks in there, so be careful there. It's just annoying in general. Netherian's Lair. Trying to think. A lot of those pulls are big, as in you can pull very large amounts of groups, which are really nice to burn down, gain some time. The bosses are going to be kind of annoying to deal with. First boss is bad if you don't have good enough DPS. The third one's going to be bad if you don't have good enough DPS. And the last one, if you are not in the correct position, that is also going to be difficult too. So you got to be careful there. Netheris, it's going to be, I think that'll probably be one of the easier dungeons this week, because essentially you're going to be dealing with the pulling of the chains for like half the dungeon. So because the mobs are weaker, you can pull larger groups, you can, hold them in a spot, and you can just blast them with chains and blow them up. You're gonna have a little bit of issues with some bosses, because like the chain boss is gonna do a lot of damage. Um, but overall, I think it might be okay. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. The last boss is gonna be annoying too. Make sure you use an extra curse there. Uh, Legacy of Tyr. I mean, I try to stay away from that dungeon when it is the this kind of a week. So that's going to be really annoying. That last boss. I mean, that place is going to be kind of iffy, and especially with the fact that you're going to have to deal with the raging and the storming, so you're not going to have much CCs. So you're going to have some problems because you need to make sure that stuff is operating properly. Underrot, you're going to have a lot of CC there, but if you're, like, for instance, the maggots, so if you're not CCing them properly, it's going to be annoying. So you got to be very, very careful working and operating in there. Vortex Pinnacle. So Vortex Pinnacle, I think that overall, when you're dealing with Vortex Pinnacle, the mobs are pretty bad. So if you're able to deal with those properly, the first group, that'll be good. The what is it called? Excuse me. The first boss is just going to hit a lot harder, so you're going to be careful there. The second boss is just you gotta blast him as quick as possible with no lust. And the last boss, you just gotta make sure you jump and deal with the lightning bolts properly and using defensives and things like that. So you have that. But overall, I don't think it's gonna be that crazy for people to kind of deal with and kind of push through their week. Um, so be careful. As always, thank you so much everybody for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you use Lord PeteyTV on on Twitch. You can come check us out every single Monday through Friday. Sub to our, make sure you use our code there for some glasses and green screen, things like that, that are amazing. We've been using them very much often. And yeah, and I will see everyone in chat. Oh, and also use it for Rogue Energy Drink, as we always do, trying to keep us gaming, up high. So, love you all. Dream big, keep gaming. Have a fantastic week. Good luck on your vault, and I will see you all soon in chat. Thank you, and I will catch you all soon. Bye, everybody.